We continue to introduce you to the big names in morning radio here in the Glass City.
And this week, our Nicole Collier headed over to the place that started it all for radio in Toledo, WSPD, where she caught up with Fred LeFebvre.
WSPD is a cornerstone in Toledo radio, first on the air more than 50 years ago, and now in the age that we can get talk radio from anywhere, they say this is where Toledoans who want to talk politics come.
Next up on WSPD.
This is Fred LeFebvre, and on his show you won't hear any music, but what you will hear is a lot of talk.
We're concentrating on local issues and national issues, trying to bring attention to things that affects Toledoans' pocketbooks to a large measure.
Fred's not a news reporter, and he doesn't claim to be, but what he is a radio host with an opinion.
The government is picking winners and losers again.
Who's willing to share it every morning.
If you differ with my opinion, that's what the phones are for. You call in, you talk to me, you try to change my mind, I try to change your mind. It's a give and take that you only get in one place, and that's here.
Fred has been in radio for more than 30 years. Before coming to WSPD, he was on a music-intensive show, but here he calls the shots.
So why do I care about that story?
He says having the freedom to draw a line in the sand about where he stands politically is freeing, but he says having everyone know can be a drawback.
So, for instance, I'm for issue 2. Well, everybody who's against issue 2 knows that, so if I'm in the grocery store or at church on Sunday or wherever I go, it's like, how can you be for issue 2? So I get a lot of feedback even when I'm not on the show.
Fred says differences in opinion is what keeps the discussion and the show going. Although listeners get a glimpse of who he is, he says you shouldn't judge a radio guy completely on what you hear.
Stop and talk to me. You'll find out I'm not some big ogre. I don't get my marching orders from the GOP every morning. I make up my own mind and my own opinions. And if you'd sit and have a conversation with me, you might find out we have a lot more in common than you think.
If you want to talk politics with Fred in the mornings, you can get in on the conversation weekdays from 6 to 9 over on WSPD. Next week, I'll head over to Toledo's #1 station, K100, and talk with Shores and Steel. You won't want to miss it. Reporting tonight, Nicole Collier, Fox Toledo News.